Hey everybody. Hey, I couldn't go to bed without coming and telling you the news and some good news. So, I'm sure that you all have heard by now that the doomsday clock has been set 100 seconds to midnight, issuing dire warning of apocalypse. And then we talked about this the other night when I talked about Daniel 9:27. Where President Trump said that he will release the peace plan before President Netanyahu visit the White House. And you can listen to it, but the meeting is the 28th, by the way.
U.S. President Donald Trump said Thursday evening that the release of the long-awaited peace plan of his administration is imminent and expected before Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Blue and White leader Benny Gantz's visit to Washington next Tuesday. Sometime prior to that, he told reporters during a flight to Florida. Probably, we'll release it a little bit prior to that. He also addressed the upcoming visit of Netanyahu and Gantz to Washington. I was surprised that both of them came off the campaign trail, he added. We have both candidates coming unheard of, said Trump. I'd love to be able to do that deal. They say that's the hardest of all deals, the president continued. I love doing deals. It's a great plan. It's a plan that really would work. Asked if he had spoken to the Palestinians, the president answered, we've spoken to them briefly. But we will speak to them in a period of time. And they have a lot of incentive to do it. I'm sure they maybe will react negatively at first, but it's actually very positive for them.
Okay. And then we see that Amir tweeted that for the first time ever in history, President Trump will be the first one to attend the annual March for Life, the pro-life president ever. Some of a rose, okay. And then, of course, you've heard by now. Yes, and then again, Amir confirms that this will happen at the meeting at the White House, which will happen next Tuesday, to review the deal of the century. And then, of course, you've heard about all the deaths, right? And everything that's been going on over in China. And if y'all remember, back 4 years ago, we had the Ebola virus thing coming out of Africa. And they did the same thing with the CDC and all the planes and all the shots and vaccines and people dying and false flags. And of course, they've stepped up their game and they've put a bunch of stuff in the air since, which I pray that everybody took health issues and precautions during this time and figured this out. And now many have died and they've shut down everything pretty much in China. But the biggest breaking news, and that's what we're going to talk about as well, is, I guess one of their biggest provinces, they have a level 1, which is the highest ever issued. There's only 4 levels, and even the Ebola virus didn't hit this level. So, as we go to Psalms 91, we read that he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And that's us, right? We're the he, and we know who the shadow of the Almighty is. And I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In him will I trust. Surely he will deliver me from the snare of the fowler and for the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasted at noonday. So I see here in my KJV that it's entitled The Security of the Godly. And we are his children, children of the Most High King, and he wants nothing better for his children. And we are living in amazing times, and we are about to see what we now know since Daniel opened the book. I promise Daniel 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 won't upset you at all. We're definitely at 927. Interesting. I'll do a little bit of study on that. But we must remember who we are and who's got this, as he is in control of all things. And we know that we are saved by grace through faith, not of ourselves or our works, lest any man boast. Nothing we can do. The blood of Jesus did it all. And all we have to do is believe on the finished works of the cross, that it was finished, and trust and abide in Psalm 91 in our safe place. Does anybody hear a rapture when they read the rest of the verse or the verses in the chapter? You'll hear a rapture in there as well. Twinkle poof, as we see in 1 Corinthian 15, 53, and as in 1 Thessalonian 4, 14 through 18. We know that we will meet Titus 2:13 in the clouds. He will call us up hither, and we will be forevermore with our King. And we are to encourage each other with these words. This is Debbie from Texas saying peace out. Maranatha. Let's keep looking up, brothers and sisters. Our King surely is coming.